I'm Paola Jouyaux, associate producer on Cry Primal, and I'm here to talk about a brand new demo.
So what are some of the challenges when bringing Far Cry to the 10,000 BC time period?
So many challenges, so many. I think the first thing for us was really understanding this period and what it meant for us in terms of gameplay and in terms of the experience we want to make you live. And the other hand as well was that we were losing a lot of the elements that we used to have on Far Cry. So no cars, obviously. This is the most obvious thing, no guns. But mainly also small things like no map, so now you need to explore the world yourself. And I think that was the main challenge, to still make it a Far Cry game, but bring you a very fresh and new experience.
Fur and hair in games is a bit challenging on a graphical level, but in Far Cry Primal it looks amazing on all the animals and Neanderthals and stuff. What were some of the challenges in bringing that to life on the game?
It was, I think, one of the main challenges we have is managing to have this density while keeping the graphics really top-notch and really next-gen, and finding the balance between the two. So between density and fun, and also making sure the world was really lively and close to what we have in this time and space. At least what we think of.
Now, the Far Cry series is no stranger to bows and machetes and swords and stuff, but this is the first time you're introducing clubs and spears. So it was like that gameplay-wise?
It's very different. It's a lot more visceral. You are close to your target. Closer than you've ever been before, and your enemies are bigger than ever been before. So I think it's kind of really visceral and really impressive, and especially at the beginning of the game where you are really a prey, almost scary as well.
So the hunting in the past Far Cry games has always been a nice little side distraction to upgrade your gear and kind of just enjoy it as a side quest, but it's taken the forefront here in Far Cry Primal.
Absolutely. Survival is at the core of the Stone Age experience, and we wanted you to... to tell you the truth, this is how men learn to survive, was by basically adapting to the environment and learning to use it to their advantage. And hunting and animals was the reason why, as a culture, as humankind, we are where we are today. So for us, it was really important to put that in the heart of the experience. And we're giving you new hunting tools too. Not only do you have a ton of new bows to try, but also bringing you traps and new buffs, that you can use. So a lot of array of new tools and weapons that you can use to improve your hunting experience.
You guys are also introducing a new village mechanic where you can upgrade your strongholds. Talk about that.
So yes, we're bringing the village is really at the core of everything. This is your home base. This is where your village is, your tribe is, and it will mirror your progression as a player. So you will start really as a prey and end up as an apex predator, and your village will start really small, and through your action and the quest you will take will kind of thrive again thanks to your help. And you will see that population will start to come in and to try to find this kind of safety place in the wild. So if you want to go a little bit more deep in terms of the village mechanic in itself, you're going to, through your exploration, you're going to find specialists in the world. Each specialist is specialized on a specific area that will allow you to push back the danger of the wild. Once you bring them back to the village, they will install a hut there, and this will open a skill tree, their related skill tree, individual skill tree. And then by working with them and completing missions for them, you will manage to upgrade their huts, and at the same time you will improve your skill tree in parallel.
So talk a little about the beast mechanic in the game, the Beastmaster mechanic.
Oh, that's my favorite one. So as I told you a little bit earlier, it's really by learning to tame the wild and forming this pact with the animals that we manage to be where we are today. So it was really important for us to have that at the center of everything. So in Far Cry Primal, you'll be able to tame 17 animals, all very different and all very specific to a different play style. So for example, if you like to play stealth, you will play with the saber-tooth or any feline. If you want to go and attack an outpost, you'll probably use your bear, so it can be your shield. And we really wanted you to have this kind of special bond with the animal, and for him to be your best friend and your best weapon.
What are some of the challenges when having companion AI act accordingly to the situation?
It was really hard. It was really hard because, as you know, our world is fully systemic, so we have the ecosystem. So when we're adding this card in the ecosystem, we needed to make sure that everything was reacting to it in the proper way, and that he was also creating a lot of different reaction in this ecosystem. So it was really hard for us to have this kind of animal that, yes, will answer to your orders, but that will also have his own life inside his world.
So you guys have a day and night cycle, and the night cycle is completely different from the day cycle. Talk a little about that.
Yes, absolutely. Something that we never really had in a Far Cry before. Now you have this day and night cycle. The day being, of course, the night being the moment where you, like, basically you never feel so much as a prey as during the night. You are alone, you only have a torch to light you up, you hear the wolves around you coming for you, and you see other torch, and that's usually a bad sign of. So it's really, for us, it's a extreme survival moment. You just want to spend the night, and your best way to survive is through the use of fire.
Now we saw a lot of indie games have a resurgence with the BC Stone Age type of genre. Why is it taking so long for a Stone Age game to come out on the AAA side, do you think?
That's actually a good question. I think it's because the time period that has a lot of challenge. It's difficult to translate, and I think maybe that's something also that now that we have a lot of different games, we're looking for new areas where we never went before, and I think this was a new world to explore for all of us. Maybe that's why, but it's difficult to say, to tell you the truth. For us, it was just, for us, the reason why we went to the Stone Age is because when we create a new Far Cry, we're always looking for the next frontier, which is a place where rules no longer apply, and by its essence, the Stone Age is the very first frontier.
And lastly, Far Cry is known for letting you play the way you want to. How do you like to play, and why?
Listen, what I like the most about Far Cry is to see the world taking life. So what I love to create is anything that will feed an Anecdox factory, that will allow you to have this kind of sane reaction where you just can stand back and look the world live for itself. And because we increase so much the density in this game, you have that multiplied by 100. So my favorite moments are really when you basically just do a small thing, and this creates a gigantic chain of events behind you that you can just watch and see.
And when does Far Cry Primal come out?
Far Cry Primal is coming back on February 23rd on Xbox One and on PS4, and March 1st on PC.